Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Hill, published on March 28th, written by Michael Burke. Buttigieg, Americans are being radicalized by Trump administration. This is just vile, ridiculous, fake news bullshit, plain and simple. You have a delusional Democrat who clearly is Trump deranged, trying to say that Trump radicalizes people, they don't have their own agency, that these people could have nothing to do with him, but yet they're being radicalized. And the funny thing is he's making this sweeping, broad, generalized statement, and it's supposed to be in regards to white supremacy, which are just sporadic LARPers that sometimes you have one, like with Christchurch, that snaps. Who wasn't even in this country, mind you, but yet Trump is radicalizing people. When you have an Australian in New Zealand committing an atrocity like he did, somehow Trump was involved with that. This is the type of delusional shit these people in the legacy media and the Democrats will push, will resort to, will grasp onto, and hope that people will buy into it. Anyway, Democratic presidential hopeful Pete Buttigieg said in an interview published Thursday that he thinks a lot of Americans are being radicalized by the Trump administration. Yes, because guess what? We can't have our own agency. We can't agree with the president. We can't, come to conclusions on our own because, the Democrats say that we can't, because if you're not thinking like them, you have to be radicalized because that's the only reason why you wouldn't think like them. Give me a break. This is complete horse shit. Speaking with Vox about President Trump's support in the American interior, the South Bend, Indiana mayor said people are always more vulnerable to being radicalized when they are economically or socially dislocated. This is, oh my God, no. He's appealing to them on those particular issues regarding economic problems and social problems like, the meth epidemic and the opiate epidemic, sweeping through those particular areas. See, this is what's funny is because Trump is actually addressing the things that those people care about. They're somehow being radicalized. And that he's, taking advantage because they're vulnerable. No, he's appealing to their needs. There's a difference. This is ridiculous. I guess Beto wasn't, good enough for them to be pushing. So now they're going with this gay guy with a name Buttigieg, which I don't know. I just find it kind of funny that a gay guy has a name like that. Just my immaturity. I don't know. But I mean, this is ridiculous. So now they're pushing this guy and he's touting the same delusional type of crap that basically the overwhelming majority of people running for the Democrats, we'll just say all of them, are pushing. And they're trying to, they're actually, the legacy media is trying to portray this guy as some centrist. He's not remotely center. When he will say something like that about how Trump is supposedly radicalizing people, he is not a centrist. He is just, how do I put this? He's a poser. I was going to say wolf in sheep's clothing, but that guy's no wolf. But he's a poser as a centrist. An idiot could figure out that he is. And I think a lot of Americans are being radicalized by this administration. The experience of disruption that's gone on, especially in the interior, has obviously made it more fertile for being taken advantage of by people like this president, he said. Taken advantage of? Excuse me. The Democrats paid them lip service for years. And basically we're like, oh, well, you got to give up your jobs. It's no big deal. Shut the fuck up. We were supposed to represent the working people, and you are the working people, but, you just got to take one for the team. So just shut the fuck up, bend over, and take the baseball bat, fat end first. That's what they did to them. That's taking advantage. Trump actually appealing to the things that they need and want taken care of that will benefit them and actually, trying to follow through with it is not taking advantage of them. This is ridiculous. This guy is delusional. Buttigieg added, however, that he thinks improving our economic condition and achieving racial and social justice go hand in hand. Oh my God, racial and social justice. You are equal under the law. That is all the racial and social justice we need. See, you can't be a centrist if you push this cultural Marxist crap. No way, no how. And improving our economic condition. Democrats make our economic condition worse and worse and worse. And then they go, oh, well, just, like with Obama, oh, you won't see over 1.8 ever again. Don't worry about it with the GDP. They're just going to have to get used to it. Oh, well, manufacturing's gone. Oh, you're just going to have to get used to it. With that manufacturing's leaving to China. Oh, you're just going to have to get used to it. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm shutting down coal plants because I'm an anal cock-sucking bastard who wants to push my morality on the rest of the world. And I'm not even going to do it legally. I'm going to do it extra legally through executive order. You know what? All you coal workers, coal miners, guess what? You're just going to have to get used to it. And this is where that whole learn to code shit came from, because the left is screwing over these people and they're going, well, they should just learn to code. And then now that it's being thrown back at them, they don't like it because the legacy media and the new media, I guess we could call them, like Vox and Vice, they're laying off people left, right, and center. And now that they're getting that same shit thrown back at them, they don't like it. Well, they're getting a taste of their own medicine. And this is the type of situation where these are the people that they said learn to code to, because they're not bowing down to the great and mighty Democrats. So don't look who's behind the curtain pulling the strings of the Democrats, mind you. But because they're not bowing down, they're being radicalized. They're being taken advantage of. They're having themselves used, according to the Democrats. That's complete horse shit. These people are vile. This guy, Buttigieg, is a moron. It's ridiculous. My experience leading a turnaround in an industrial Midwestern city that's also very racially diverse, where we had to work hard to keep everybody together and make sure what we do is inclusive, demonstrates that these things go hand in hand when it comes to improving our economic condition and making good on our commitments to racial and social justice, he said. Excuse me, but I'm sorry to break it to you, but from what I understand, you really didn't turn around your city that much. The greater economy may have done, some of it. The fact that Trump has got a lot of companies to come back and expand might have been a factor in it. But you can't single-handedly try to claim that you're the reason for it when the whole country at the same time, as a result of Trump's policies, has seen improvements. It doesn't work like that, dipshit. It does not work like that. And when you use the word inclusive, you're not talking about being inclusive. You're talking about straight white cis men, shut the fuck up, get in line, and do what we tell you. Think how we want you to think. That's what inclusive means to someone like you on the left. All right, especially when you're talking about commitments to racial and social justice. Jesus, dude. Now, I got to wonder. I haven't heard this guy speak. I've read about him, but I haven't seen any video on him. I wonder if when he was talking and he was doing the statement, if there was just a lisp like this, and he's going, when it comes to improving our economic condition and making good on our commitment to racial and social justice. Jesus, dude. This guy's pathetic. Trump has faced criticism at times during his presidency for not adequately acknowledging or condemning white supremacism, including following the mass shootings at 2 New Zealand mosques earlier this month that left 50 people dead. Trump said following the attack that he didn't think white nationalism was a rising threat, while the White House rejected comments from the attack suspect calling Trump a symbol of white identity. The president condemned the attack itself at the time, calling it a horrible massacre. Now, with this whole situation, what gets me about this is he condemns white supremacy, and it's not good enough. You know, no matter what he does, it's not good enough for them. So, it wasn't adequate that he condemned it. He's condemned it over and over and over again. But it's not good enough for you dipshits. And you morons, you're literally playing into what that sick bastard in New Zealand wanted you to play into. Bring up, well, you do not realize he wanted you to pull this shit. He wanted you to create the divide. So he's going to say shit that is going to have people like you attack people that he wants, like Trump, so that it can create the divide that he wants that will set off the next civil war, or however you want to look at it, race war, whatever the hell we're going to be calling the bullshit that he was trying to push. And you played right into it, because here you are using his thing of a supposed symbol of white identity, which is funny because you take the him saying that out of context. You don't even use what he said. And white nationalism isn't a rising threat. You've got a couple hundred LARPers, for crying out loud. You know, you don't talk about Antifa because, no, they're your thugs. They're your freaking, you know, work for free, more than willing to do it, Kool-Aid drinking, group gang, beat up on a fucking lone person, friggin' thugs. There's where we have a problem, is with Antifa. But none of you people will decry it, will decry its actions, will call it out, will denounce it, will do anything like that. But you're focused on white supremacy. When those people in Antifa, they're identity politics loving racist pieces of shit who will attack anyone that they think is a Trump supporter, or, you know, or doesn't think the way that they do. And they're basically the thugs of the left, you know, the Democrats and other aspects of the left. Buttigieg's comments to Vox come after he told BuzzFeed News' AM to DM morning show on Wednesday that he wants to make sure people are not continuing to be radicalized into violent white nationalism with what seems to be a level of negligence, if not encouragement, from the highest office in the land. A centrist does not say that. People, do not buy into the bullshit being pushed about Buttigieg being a centrist, because a centrist would not say that. With the idea of, you know, blaming Trump for white nationalism and shit like that when he's never done anything remotely to promote it. Or that would be considered racist if you actually don't take it out of context, twist shit around, and then use it to your advantage to push a bullshit agenda like the left and the Democrats do. And this idea of being radicalized into violent white supremacy by Trump. You do realize that the alt-right hate Trump. Oh my God. All of them hate fucking Trump. All you got to do is just, oh wait, you can't in a lot of cases because they've been removed from social media. But if they weren't removed and you actually looked at their posts and stuff like that, they don't like him. He also accused the Trump administration of having given cover for a resurgence of white nationalism. Again, a centrist does not say this. Do not buy into the legacy media's bullshit that this guy is a centrist. How has he given cover for white nationalism? He has denounced it. He has decried it. He has said it's bad. He has said it's evil. He has said that he does not condone it. He has done everything you've asked, and it's not been enough in calling it out or denouncing it or whatever you want at the particular given second that you're spurging out, claiming white nationalism, Trump, orange man, bad. Jesus. I think the moment you come on board with a project like the Trump campaign or the Trump-Pence administration, you are at best complicit in the process that has given cover for a flourishing and resurgence of white nationalism in our midst, he said. You know what that translation is? Is white people no longer bending over and just getting fucked up the ass anymore. That's their idea of white nationalism and white supremacy. Because white people are going, you know what? We've been getting fucked in the whole college thing. My kids, you know what? They're getting told, fuck you, because they're white. And these black kids and these Hispanic kids and these, brown, everyone but Asians are getting put ahead of the line because of him. Not based on the merits of those people, with their abilities and their skills and their SAT scores and their extracurriculars and all. No, they're being put in front of my kid because of skin color. When my kid busted his ass, did all the extracurriculars, did this, that, and the other thing. That's wrong. And by calling that out and saying it's wrong, oh, white nationalism, white supremacy. The same with jobs, going, hey, wait a minute, I'm getting kicked to the back of the curb because I'm a cis white male. What the fuck? I've got way more seniority. I've got way more skills. I've got way more experience. I've got way more education in this particular field. And going, what the fuck? That's supposedly white nationalism and white supremacy now. And this supposed centrist, homosexual, mayor, Indiana dipshit thinks that he can portray himself as someone who's middle of the road that's going to attract people when he's saying shit like this. This is the left and the Democrats. They think this is centrist. That goes to show how far left the Democrats have gone and where they believe their center is now, like the center in regards to them. I mean, this is just sad. This is just pathetic that this guy is being portrayed as a hope for the Democrat Party because they're saying, oh, centrist. This guy, nothing he says is centrist. He's talking about Trump making people white nationalists and supremacists, and it's really hurting his fifis. I mean, come on now. And this is while anyone who's black who supports Trump, they get they send the plantation blacks after him and call them Uncle Toms and all this other shit. Trump and the Republicans, they're the party of racism. No, the Democrats are. They've always been the party of racism, literally. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.